Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's your girl, Carissa Atkins, and you are in my kitchen, and we are back cooking another delicious, nutritious breakfast. So, one of the reasons why I absolutely love eating breakfast is that it really just like puts some solid food into my belly after I've worked out, which keeps me full for hours. Okay, so I'm not going to have to eat until about 10 a.m., but putting solid fuel into your body allows you to stay focused during the day, productive, efficient, and it really just kind of sets the tone. You're not all of a sudden, living off of coffee and you just feel good, right? So here's a quick breakfast in under 10 minutes that I'm about to cook. It's a tofu scramble inspired by a tofu scramble that I had at a restaurant when I was in Phoenix over the weekend. And I was like, oh, this is going to be really easy for me to put together in probably less than 10 minutes. So what it is that we're going to make is I have prepped up. Yesterday I got home from my trip. I went ahead and cut up all of my delicious veggies. I have red peppers, zucchini, I have Brussel sprouts and mushrooms. You can honestly add whatever kind of veggies that you want to this scramble. The sky is the limit. Add as much as you want. All right. I also have some spinach and arugula. And I also have an avocado I'm going to top with it. And then for my tofu, of course, I just buy the extra firm tofu. I go ahead and portion it out. No, this is not my portion for today. I've already cut my portion off, but I wanted to show you that even though it comes in its own little package on Sunday, I make sure that I stop and put it all together so that when the Monday through Friday comes around, all I have to do is pull up my ingredients, make it, and voila. All right. So with the tofu scramble, I am going to add some grated Parmesan cheese. And to flavor up the tofu, I have 3 seasonings. I have a little bit of salt, garlic salt, and turmeric. Really, really good stuff right here for you. All right, guys, stay with me and I'll be cooking up a delicious breakfast. So we are back and I've got my veggies sauteing. Now what I did with that is I put a little bit of coconut oil in the pan, and maybe that was like a little baby teaspoon, right? So I never really measure anything because measuring makes things very, very complicated. So unless you're baking me a giant batch of cookies, we don't really need to even measure most of the time. All right, so I'm just sauteing up my vegetables. We're about 3 minutes in. They're looking fabulous. Now, depending on the type of veggies that you have is going to depend on the time that it takes to cook this breakfast. So like my mushrooms, my zucchini, my red peppers, those are almost done. And my Brussels sprouts, because I knew they were going to take a little longer because they're more compact veggie, I threw them in. I cut them up really small, smaller than normal. In fact, I cut them into like quarters and then sometimes even one more, so that they would cook a little bit faster. Okay, so my veggies are pretty much done. I'm so excited. We're about 5 minutes into cooking. And what I did while those were sauteing is I put my spinach and my arugula in the bowl, okay? That way it can all my warm veggies are gonna go on top and it's gonna soften up these greens. Now I can eat my greens cold, raw, I just shove them in my mouth like a herbivore. But for this plate, I want them nice and warm. Okay, let's top the greens. All right, guys, we are using the same pan to cook our tofu, and tofu goes really fast. And I absolutely love tofu. Now, you could do this exact same scramble with regular eggs. I just have a high sensitivity, and I try and eat 80% clean. So what that means is like 80% of the foods that I should be eating for my body to be really functioning at its highest level. And then, of course, at dinner, I like to have that 20% of a little bit of fun. That way I never feel that I'm being restricted or anything. So anyways, okay, so I've got some EVOO, so extra virgin olive oil in my pan. I told you I take my piece of tofu, even though it's hard and firm, it is still in some liquid when you get it. So drain the liquid. And then I just take my piece and I squeeze the water out of the tofu, okay? And then I'm going to just crumble the tofu into the pan. Yeah, breakfast done in 10. So for all you busy mamas, I know it's crazy, right? Like right before I came down here to cook my breakfast, I went and woke my daughter up for school. So yes, she's very independent. And yes, she's a little older than maybe some of your kiddos. So she doesn't really require me to help her brush her teeth and things like that. But I was still doing this when she was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You get the idea, right? I have to make the time to eat a solid breakfast if I want to stay productive throughout my day. So a lot of moms are like, I just don't have the time to cook breakfast. The biggest thing I would say is get up a little earlier. You are in charge of your day, your schedule, your calendar. So if you are a mama that has to take care of those little ones in the morning, I would highly recommend getting your booty cheeks up about 15 or 20 minutes earlier so that you can come downstairs, cook your breakfast in peace, get theirs ready, and then voila, right? Then you can go wake them up. That would be your solution to your problem. You're welcome. All right, so those are all scrambled up. Now, tofu is kind of white and it's definitely not flavorful when it comes out of the package. So some of my favorite seasonings to put on tofu is garlic salt. Of course, I'm a garlic salt junkie. Garlic really in general. I have just a little bit of extra coarse sea salt. Okay, just a little bit. You guys, goes a long way. And then when you add the turmeric, okay, when you add turmeric, take the pan off of the stove. My sink is over here. I'm going to sprinkle the turmeric on. Then I'm going to quickly mix it up. Again, I'm over the sink. And the reason why I'm doing this is because turmeric stains anything. And I learned the hard way by keeping this pan over the oven vent thing. My oven vent is kind of stained yellow because all of those fumes come up and it stains everything. So when you're working with turmeric, please be careful. Like don't get it on your hands and rub it on your pants or something like that, or your nice new white kitchen towel, because it will stain. All right, you guys, it is about done. I'm just what I do is I scoop my eggs all in one little spot. I'm going to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top. It's going to give it that rich, creamy flavor. And so I have my bowl. Well, I'm going to shut the oven or the stove off because I really don't need it on. The tofu eggs are cooked. And so before I top my bowl with my tofu, I'm going to take that half avocado and a knife. I'm going to just slice in some slices. Now, avocado is bringing in those healthy fats, okay? So we have lots of veggies in this bowl. It's actually an all-packed veggie bowl. There's no potatoes or anything like that. However, you could add some potatoes, right? So last night I cooked a bunch of little baby red potatoes. I could have maybe given me some potatoes as well. I just don't need it today. All right. So last night I could have cooked a little extra, is what I'm saying, and then added it to my breakfast bowl. All right, so I got my beautiful avocado. I could eat this stuff plain, you guys. I'm an avocado junkie. All right, here go the eggs. Whoop, whoop. And voila, breakfast done in about 10 minutes. I also paired this with some strawberries and blueberries because they were looking fabulous at the store. But there you have it, you guys. Breakfast in under 10 minutes. Anything can be done if you stay focused and if you have a plan of action. Now, if I woke up today and I was like, wonder what I'm going to eat for breakfast. And then I was like, oh, a veggie bowl. And by the time I would have cut up my fruits, then it would have taken 15, 20 minutes. Right? But I knew I was going to eat this breakfast all week long. So on food prep day, which is a day that I do religiously on Sunday, I went ahead and cut up all my veggies. That saves me so much time when it's Monday through Friday and it's grind time. All right, you guys, enjoy this breakfast. I'll post the recipe below. If you have any questions, don't forget, hit a girl up. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you are catching this in your inbox, inbox or on Facebook, please comment below with something that you maybe love to eat during breakfast, or if you're willing to try this next week. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day. Stay hustling, stay healthy.